Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got some great news. Divi is just giving away for free 20 Flexbox headers for Divi 5. Obviously, you've got to have Divi 5 installed to be able to use these today. And I'll put this URL down below the video. And today what we're going to do is download them. I'll show you how to install them. We're going to change a default Divi header from something like this into something a lot more interesting like this, which I think was their number 14 that I just customized a little bit to fit my site a little bit better. Okay, once you get to the Elegant Themes page, read through it if you feel like it. Well, I'm just going to take you through it really quickly. If we roll down a little ways down here, we've got the little demos of what they're going to look like. I think I used number 14 for mine. And you can view a live demo right here. I'm going to go ahead and download the files. That's going to download them to wherever your default location is. Once you've got them downloaded, it's going to be in a little zip file like this. I'm going to right click and extract here. And if we look inside, under the default, we've got default headers that will actually inherit styles from your global styles. And if we go back, pre-styled, obviously, are pre-styled versions. Okay, once we got them downloaded and unzipped, we need to go to our Divi 5 dashboard here. We'll go down to Divi. Going to go down to our Divi library down here. We're going to go up to the top. We're going to import and export. I want to import. I've already got my pre-styled imported. That's what I built that header out of just now. You can just drag in the ones that you want individually, or if you want to upload them all, which I'll do here, I'm going to drag the Flexbox header layout all file and drop it in the little box by choose file there. Import Divi Builder layouts. Now, I didn't pause the video there. It's already done it. Fantastic. Okay, now we've got everything we need. We can go to our theme builder. That's going to take us to this page here. Now, here's the one I built just now. I'm going to get rid of it. If I save my changes now, and we go back to this page and refresh, it's put the original default header back in there like we had on this page. I'm going to close that out. Great. So once you've chosen which one you want, again, I'm going to use the pre-styled here. And I think I'll use number 14 once again, which was this one right here. And I'll show you how to make it your own. So once in the theme builder, we need to say add global header. And you can use these as custom headers for specific pages and posts if you want to. And we'll cover that in another video. I'm going to go ahead and add from library. I'm going to go to my saved layouts. Here's the pre-styled. I want number 14. It's right here. I'm going to go ahead and use this layout. And it's popped it in there. Let's hit the little pencil. We'll go to the editor. And here we have it. Here it's looking at a bit of a mess. The reason it's looking for a mess is they're using the loop feature here to pull in the menu, which is a great idea, but I don't want all these crazy pages. I just want to select a few that I want there, obviously. But our basic layout's there. You've got a little button at the top that you can put something in there, an announcement, and link it somewhere. Just click on the module settings or anywhere on the module. It'll take you straight to it. And we'll say new Divi theme or Divi 5 theme, Flex headers, whatever you want to put in there. Obviously, if you want to link it somewhere, you can do that down below. And of course, you can change the background color. I'm actually going to be using what they've got there, so I'm not going to change that at all. Now let's sort this crazy menu out. Now what this is basically built of is just a simple button. If I click on the button, you'll see it's a button. And if you're not sure what's going on this page, you can always inspect it on wireframe view. Sometimes it makes things easier to understand. So we've got a button here. If we look down here, we've got it looped. It's pulling in pages. That's okay. It's got a bunch excluded here, like the cart and checkout. I really don't need any of those. You can delete these. You can leave them in there if you don't actually have these. There's a little X on each of those. Now I want to select just the pages that I do want. Only include specific posts. So if you click on that, it's going to give us a list of our pages here. So I want home. Click again. About. Services. And just one more contact, I think. There it is right there. Obviously, keep going for as many as you need. And if you've got a bigger menu and you think, well, I'll get rid of that button or the social, just hit the trash can and they'll get rid of those. That's going to work for me. That's fine. Now down below, we've got email, phone, showroom. That's quite funny as we've got all those cars and hours. Obviously, go in here, change it to what you want. Again, these are just heading modules. I will leave mine just as they are. This one's just a little text module with an email address. It's got a link in it, Mailto. Now that means when they click on it on a mobile phone or on a desktop, it'll bring up their default mail client, but you do want to put your email address in there, whatever it may be. And then whatever you want it to display down there. I'd probably have my email address displaying as is, as they've got there. Great. Don't want a title or anything like that. If you want to change that link color, you can do so up in the text. Just hit on the little chain right there, change it to whatever you want. I'm going to leave it that light blue. It works with what I'm going to have going on in it. Okay, I'm going to make some changes now to make this fit in with my actual site. Now, you, like I say, inspect and view if you want. The whole thing's wrapped in a section right here, the blue tab. Then we've got one row with that little button or announcement in it. Another row with the logo, social media follow, and a button on the side. And then another row with our headings and text underneath. So I'm actually going to go into my section and give it a color background. Let's flip back so you can see what's going on. I've gone into the section, the blue tab here. Background's always under content there. I'm going to give mine a dark gradient. Second tab's gradient. Left click to bring it up. On the top, I want it to be a fairly dark grey. On the bottom, I want it to be a black. Fantastic. We can close that up now. Now, of course, I can't really see my buttons or my social medias very well. I really want my other things, the colors that I want them. My logo's looking awful there as well. Really easy fixes. I've got a light colored version of my logo. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to trash that image, add a new one, scroll down to where my logo is located. There it is right there. I'll pop that one in. That looks a bit better. Now, of course, the menu buttons here, can't see those at all. I'm actually going to use the default blue on these and have them go to a darker blue on hover. So we only need to do one because remember this is only one button loop. So if we click on our first button or any of these buttons, we'll take it straight to it. We go over design, button, button background. Well, I'm going to use the default dark blue there. Perfect. But when they hover over it, I'm going to make it a darker blue. I've got this color saved over here. So on hover, go up to the little desktop type icon, left click, click on hover. We can change it to any color we want. Got that saved blue. I'm just going to paste that in there. Perfect. So we'll have that on hover. Let's switch back to desktop. Little arrow, back to desktop. Now I think I'd like to make that button text white or light in color. And of course you can make it bigger or smaller if those buttons are too big for you. So if we go down to button text, I'm going to change it from black to white. That'll work for me. Now it looks like they've got a little black border around them. I don't think I want that. I'm just going to separate them a little bit. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So just above the button text, we've got button border. Now roll down, I'm going to take that away. And they're actually touching like that. But I do want a little bit of separation between them. So still in the button, remember we're looped here. If we go back to our content, the button's looped, which means we can go into the column it's sitting in to design, layout. It will be selected as flex. There's no horizontal gap at the moment. So if we put one in there, it'll space them out. I think that's going to work for me. Perfect. Now with our social medias, again, you want to go in there, you want to put your link into your Facebook under the link in each of these, the appropriate social network there. If you want to add one, you can add one that way or duplicate one you've got styled up already. Now we can't see mine, so let's go over to design, icon, and make that white. And it's got a border around it. We'll make those the default blue. And again, if you want to separate those, we can do it in the actual module itself because there's 3 of them. Back into design, layout. Here's our horizontal gap. Again, I think that's going to work for me. And then we've got a little button over here on the side. We just go in there. Obviously, put what you want the button to say. And very important, the link to where you want to take people there. Always best practice. If you're linking to your own site, leave it in the current tab. If you're linking offsite to somebody else's site, open it in a new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. Okay, for the button itself, we need to go over to design and then the button. Button background, I'm going to do the opposite of what we had before. I'm going to put the dark blue in there. And then when they hover over it, I'm going to have the light blue. I think that's the exact one. Yep, that's the right one. But I don't want that white border around it at all. So let's roll down. Button border. Again, I can just go down, either make it transparent, or just take it down to nothing. Perfect. Starting to shape up nicely here. Now we've got these sections right here. What I want to do, these are the actual columns, it looks like, that are sitting in the row. So if we go into the row, and we'll go into our column here. Background. I'm going to use that dark blue once again. So I'll just paste it in there. And I want the same across all 3 of these. So what I'm going to do is right click where it says background there, extend background attributes. The column, extend to location, just this row, parent row. Just to the columns. Design attributes, background, perfect. Let's do it. Great. Of course, I can't see my email here. These are all headings right here. Let's go in there. Design, heading. Don't want it to be an H1. I'm surprised they left it as an H1. I think I'll make it an H3. Because it's sort of minor heading, really. Font's fine, everything like that. I just want to make it white. I think we'll bold it up at 2. Perfect. And another way to extend is just by right clicking on it, copy heading text, click on the next heading module, paste attributes, paste headings text. You know what to do next. Perfect. Link's okay here. We want to go into the text module, into design, make sure we're on the body text, pick a color. That works for me. And again, we can copy that, right click, text styles, and again over here, text styles, fantastic. Now we've got a bit of black hanging out of the bottom of our header right here. That's not going to work for me. And that is a bit of padding on the row and a bit of padding on the bottom of the section, I think. So we'll go into the row, green tab for the row, design, spacing, padding. I'll make sure I've got 0 on the bottom of the row there. Still a little bit left. That's going to be in our section. If we go into the blue tab section there, design, spacing. Yeah, we've got 10 on the bottom. Let's uncheck the chain so we can have individuals on each side. Put a 0 in there. Still got the padding on the top there, the 10. It's great. I think one more thing I'm actually going to do is just give this a dark blue on hover. I think that's the row background itself. If we go into there, content, background, yeah, it sure is. we flip it to hover now, I'm going to have it go to that darker blue. Right. So that's shaping up. I'm pretty happy with all that. We've got everything, the colors that we want and everything. This is what we're going to see on desktop. This is what we're going to see on tablet. And this is what we're going to see on mobile phone. That's pretty cool. So let's save everything and check it out. I'm going to save. I'm going to exit. Make sure everything's saved here. Back to the page now. There's our default Divi header. When I refresh now, we should have this heading on all pages. Perfect. I think with my original, I had that fading from the dark blue to the lighter blue up here. I'm sure you know how to do that. That was just in the column and the background. Just go to hover, put in the light blue. That's the default blue if you want that to happen. But apart from that, I think we're good to go. If we go to the About page, it's not actually going to our About page. I wonder if we can fix that problem. Let's go back to our theme builder. We're going to go back in there. Back into our little button here, which they're using for a menu. Link. Button link, we want to go up to the dynamic content tab up here. And go loop link. You don't want to put anything before or after. Just want to apply that. We'll save our changes now. Let's go back and refresh this. So home we know about. Fantastic. That's great. Got a page here that's obviously running with Divi 4 compatibility mode. But those links are working absolutely perfectly. If I go to my blog post, you'll find we've got a different header because I've done a custom header for that. And we'll cover that in another video. But if we go back to the home page, there we go. So there you go, guys. There's 20 free headers from Divi. You've got styled, you've got unstyled. Well, I hope this video has showed you how you can adapt those, change them for your own needs on your own site. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesigntechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.